Hello friends, welcome back to series of lectures on numerical analysis 2. In this video, we shall consider the numerical differentiation using the forward difference formula. In the previous session, we have discussed about the numerical differentiation. That is, we got the introduction about the numerical differentiation. If we recall the definition of numerical differentiation, we come to know that the process of finding the derivative of the function y equal to f of x at some desired value xr of the independent variable x. Here y is the dependent variable and x is the independent variable. So corresponding to the discrete set of values of this independent variable x, there will be a given list of values of the dependent variable y. So with the help of that data, here we are going to find the derivative of the function y equal to f of x. So that process is called as numerical differentiation. This we have considered in detail in the previous session, in the previous video. Now, in this particular session, I try to attract your attention towards the derivation of the formulae of numerical differentiation. So, first of all, let me tell you here one important thing, that when it is desired to find the value of the derivative at a point xr which is near the beginning of the table, if xr is near the beginning of the table, then we are advised to use Newton's forward interpolation formula. So with the help of Newton's forward interpolation formula, we have to do some mathematics and then we can derive the formula of numerical differentiation, and with the help of that formula we can find the value of the derivative of the given function y equal to f of x at the desired point xr, which is near the beginning of the table. So as per the suggestion, if we look at the Newton's forward interpolation formula. So what is Newton's forward interpolation formula? Let us recall it. We have already discussed it in our previous sessions. Now here we will directly consider that expression of Newton's forward interpolation formula. So the value of f, the value of the given function f at any point xr, this point xr is near the beginning of the table. So that is, we will be having a discrete set of values of x here, and the corresponding values of y will be listed here. So in this list of values of x and y, xr will not be displayed. xr will be one value between this x0 and xn. It belongs to the interval x0 to xn. So xr is such a value. So, and xr is preferably in the beginning of the table. It is near the beginning of the table. Then we are advised to use the Newton's forward interpolation formula. So here is the Newton's forward interpolation formula. F value at xr or y at xr, whatever it may be, y equal to f of x, we all know. So f at xr or y at xr is equal to, this is the expression we have to remember, but this is the thing what I have written over here. Please look at that. So here xr is nothing but x0 plus rh. We know that x1 is x naught plus h. That is, when h is the step size. Step size means the difference between two consecutive values of x. For example, if we consider the second value x1 minus the first value x0, that difference x1 minus x0 is called as the step size h. So h is equal to x1 minus x0. Therefore, it gives us x1 is equal to x0. If x0 is taken to this side, it becomes plus. So it is x0 plus h. So we get this thing. So x1 is equal to x0 plus h. x2 is equal to, we know that it is x1 plus h. It is at a distance of h from x1. x1 is at a distance of x0. x1 is at a distance of h from x0. So it is x0 plus h. We have obtained this value x1 is equal to x0 plus h just a moment before. Now x1 value is this much plus this h as it is. So this gives us x2 is nothing but x0 plus 2 times of h. So x2 is given like this, x0 plus 2h. Now in the same way, we can have the value of xr as x0 plus rh, because x1 is x0 plus 1h, x2 is x0 plus 2h, x3 is x0 plus 3h, and so on so forth. So x2 is x0 plus 2h, x3 is x0 plus 3h. In general, xr is xr is x0 plus rh. So that we are considering over here. So f at xr means f at x0 plus rh. So this is the LHS, whereas on RHS the Newton's forward interpolation formula is like this. So the value of f at x0 plus some coefficient multiplied by the first order difference of f at x0, this is the second term, plus some coefficient into second order difference of f at x0 plus some coefficient, this is very important, this plays an important role in future, multiplied by the third order differences of f at x0, and so on so forth. It continues like that. Now we have to remember these things. That is, this coefficient we have to remember. This is very important. These are all very important terms. We have to remember them. They are just like the binomial coefficients. Now here, what is f of x0? F of x0 is the value of f at x0. Delta f of x0 can be obtained from the forward difference table. Delta square f of x0, delta cube f of x0, delta fourth f of x0, and so on so forth. They all can be obtained by using the forward difference table. We know very well how to construct the forward difference table, and using that forward difference table we can get the values of these differences, that is delta f of x0, delta square f of x0, delta cube f of x0, delta fourth f of x0, and so on so forth. So here these all are simply the constant numbers. This we have to keep in mind. In the formula, these are all the constant values. So here R is very important. So what is R? R here is, we know that XR is equal to X0 plus RH. Just now I have explained you this fact. With the help of this fact, I can get the value of R. So therefore, if I use this expression, I can get the value of r as r is equal to xr minus x naught. So it is the point at which we are intended to find the derivative, that is xr, minus the initial value of x, that is x naught, divided by the step size h. So step size is nothing but difference between two consecutive values of x. So if we use these things, we can get the value of r. So therefore this r can be computed in that way. Now with the help of this expression, so we can simplify this. We can now simplify this. This will become r square minus r, and we can multiply these two brackets together to have r square minus 3r plus 2, and with that if we multiply r, we get r cube minus 3r square plus 2r. Similarly, we can simplify these three brackets and then multiply with r. So we will have another bracket consisting of r cube term and some other lower degree terms in r, and so on. We will be getting the fourth degree terms here in this bracket, and here the fifth degree terms of r in this bracket. Likewise, we will be having here fourth degree, here fifth degree, here sixth degree terms in r. We will be having. So the remaining things, that is this thing, this particular thing, this factorial 6 multiplied by this quantity, that will be a constant everywhere here. These are all constants. Now what we are advised, in order to get the forward, that is the numerical differentiation formula, we have to differentiate. See, you read this sentence carefully. To get the value of the derivative of f of x at xr, we have to differentiate the above equation, that is the Newton's forward interpolation formula, with respect to this variable r. Very, very important, we have to differentiate with respect to r. You look at the LHS. LHS is f. If we differentiate this, you will be simply having f dash. F dash stands for derivative of f with respect to r. So f dash of f dash of xr as it is, and on RHS it will become f dash of whatever is there, that thing, multiplied by the differentiation of this quantity. Differentiation of this quantity is 0 plus r differentiation with r is 1, so multiplied by the constant h. So the left hand side will be h into f dash of x naught plus rh. So that we have to take care of. I have written it over here. You can have a look at this. So this is the thing I have here on LHS. So if I differentiate with respect to r, the Newton's forward interpolation formula, I am getting this thing on the left hand side. Whereas right hand side is very easy. Here the first term, you please look at how the terms we are getting here. Simply by differentiating these terms on the right hand side one after the another. So, here f of x naught is a constant number, its derivative is 0. This delta f of x naught divided by 1 factorial is a constant, keep it as it is. Differentiation of r is 1, so only this thing is remaining. Again keep this thing as it is a constant. Differentiation of this quantity, this entire quantity, if we differentiate, what happens? That is displayed over here. You please look at that. So this is the thing we are getting, because r square minus r was there, whose derivative is something like this. The remaining thing is constant. Similarly, if you look at the other terms, this is the constant term as it is. Differentiation of the term containing r, that gives us this thing. Similarly, in the fifth term, that is the fourth degree term, this is a constant as it is. So differentiation of term containing r, that gives us this expression, this particular expression. And similarly, the next terms are going to give us these two terms. So this is very important. So after differentiating with respect to r, we are going to get these particular terms. Now we have to simplify. How to simplify? We want only f dash at xr. We want only f dash of f dash at xr, that is f dash at x naught plus rh we don't want this r on the left hand side. So let us take it to this side. So if we take it to this side, that is the right hand side, it becomes 1 by h. So that I have written over here, you please look at this. So this is 1 by h. H was here, in fact h was here, and that h has been taken to this side, it has come to the denominator. So it has come to the denominator, that is 1 by h multiplied by the entire thing which was there on the right hand side. So all the terms on the right hand side are being simplified and kept within this bracket and multiplied by 1 by h. So this is the most important thing we have derived over here, and this is called as numerical differentiation formula, and this gives us the first order derivative of f at the point xr. Now with the help of this expression, we can get the expression for the second order derivative. If we differentiate f dash once again with respect to r, we get f double dash. So to get the second order derivative, of f, that is f double dash of xr, if we want to get, we have to differentiate the earlier expression with respect to r. So if we differentiate that with respect to r, we are going to get another important formula. So that formula is displayed over here. Once again, the this technique is same as we have done in the previous case. It was earlier, you please have a look at this. It was f dash at x naught plus rh. If you differentiate this, it becomes f double dash. It becomes f double dash of this bracket, and the bracket differentiation is 0. This is a constant, its derivative is 0, plus differentiation of r is 1 into h as it is. So this is the thing we are having on the left hand side. You please look at this. The same thing I have got here, this thing. So this is the LHS, and RHS, on the RHS 1 by h is already there in the earlier expression, so that is kept as it is, and then we are differentiating the quantities within the bracket. If you look at this particular expression, this is a constant, its derivative is 0, and again we have to keep the constant terms. This is a constant, this is a constant, keep as it is. Differentiation of this you write down, again this is a constant, this is also a constant. Differentiation of this with respect to r we have to write down, and we have to do the same thing with each term here in this bracket, and we have to differentiate the brackets with respect to r. So after simplification, we are going to get these terms over here. So these are the things we are going to get. You please look at these terms. So try to get this type of terms, and once again, if you simplify by taking this h to the other side, we don't want this h here, we can take it to the other side. So when we take it to the other side, it comes to the denominator. So it is 1 by h already here, one more h if it comes, it becomes 1 by h square. So the LHS is only this much. So that is what I have written here. You please have a look at this formula. That is the formula for numerical differentiation of second order. So f double dash at x naught plus rh is equal to 1 by h square into all the terms within the brackets. After simplification, they have been written in a systematic way. So this formula 3, this particular expression is expression number 3. This is an important formula, and this formula gives us the value of the second order derivative of f at this point xr. Xr is nothing but x naught plus rh. So now what we have done, we have derived the formula for f dash at xr, and f double dash at xr. So here these values are denoted as dy by dx and d2y by dx2 respectively. First order derivative is dy by dx, second order derivative is d2y by dx2. So those values at xr, that is nothing but x0 plus rh, these are the two notations. We can use them to indicate the values of the first order and second order derivatives of f at the point xr. And this is very important. Xr is any value which is near the beginning of the table and it belongs to the interval x0 to xn. So it is in the table of the values of x0 and xn and it is in the beginning of the table. So then only we are advised to use the Newton's forward interpolation formula. So xr is such a point. xr is in other discussion I told you that xr is nothing but x0 plus rh. So x0 is any point, any general point which is represented like this. Now we obtained the formulae of numerical differentiation of f at this particular point. Now we are having two special cases here. That is when it is advised to find the derivative of f, that is first order derivative of f at the point x0, that is the initial point x0. We are having the table of values of x, the initial point is x0. At that point, what is the derivative of f? If it is asked, then it is very simple. We can easily derive the formula as a special case from the earlier formula 1 which we have derived just now by putting r equals to 0. If we put r equals to 0, we can get x0 because the earlier formulae were for xr. So xr is equal to x0 plus rh. So if we want the derivative at x0 itself, then we don't want this portion. So therefore r must be taken as 0. So if we take r equal to 0, this goes off and xr becomes x0. That is nothing but we get the derivative of f at the point x0, which is the initial point in the table. So this formula is very simple. You can have a look at this formula. The formula can be derived directly from the earlier formula simply by replacing x by simply by replacing r by 0. So this is the result we are having. This also we will be using for solving the problems. Similarly, to get this is the second expression we are getting here. The second order derivative of f at x0 that can be obtained by putting r equal to 0 again in the derivative in the second order derivative expression, that is f double dash expression, that is the formula 3, expression 3. In the expression 3, if we put r equal to 0, we get this particular expression. So these are the formulae which give us the derivatives of f, that is the first order derivative and second order derivative at the initial point x0. So these are the two important formulae which we have to use for our theoretical work, that is solution of problems, that is finding the derivative of given function at any desired point xr. So the examples we will consider in the next session. With this I will conclude to this session. I hope you understood the concept very well. So once again, please have a look at this textbook, UG Mathematics 6. So with this, let me stop now. Thank you very much.